Hello YouTube, today I'm going to review Dragon's Dogma 2, an RPG where your journey shaped not just by choices in dialogue, but by how you act, where you go, and what you survive. You play as an arisen, someone who's escaped from an island prison thanks to the guidance of a spirit whose sole purpose is to make sure you live up to your role as the chosen one. For those curious how Dragon's Dogma 2 compares to other RPGs, it borrows elements while remaining distinct. The open world traversal and exploration share some similarities with Genshin Impact, though without the convenience of hand-holding or fast travel at every step. Gathering resources and upgrading equipment echoes Monster Hunter's loop of preparation and reward. Its random encounters and emergent quests carry shades of Skyrim, while its unpredictability and high-stakes exploration recall the tension of Elden Ring. If you find appeal in any of these elements, you may discover something here that resonates with you. Compared to the first game, one thing immediately stands out is that the prisoners around you aren't ordinary people. They are pawns. Pawns exist to serve the Arisen, protect them, and ultimately help them achieve their one great goal: slaying the dragon. The dragon you're after is no ordinary beast, it's the one that literally ripped your heart out, marking you as his chosen opponent. That curse, if you can call it a privilege, that is, also places you at the center of the kingdom's politics. The throne is occupied by a false arisen, and your task is to prove yourself as the true one before greed and negligence tear the land apart. Now, pawns are the source that flavors everything in this game. They come in every size and shape imaginable. Want a pawn that with biceps so wide they block up the sun? You can make it. Want a bestial companion because, well, you got furry instincts? That's also an option. Each player designs one main pawn, so choose wisely. This companion is yours for the entire game, and their personality, abilities, and appearance matter. You can also recruit extra pawns at riftstones or even in the field during your travel. Recruitment costs vary. Stronger pawns usually demand rift crystals, but pawns below your level or from friends list can be hired for free. Managing pawns goes deeper than combat. If you hoard loot like a true goblin, you can pass gear and items to your pawns, but don't overload them. Weight affects movement and stamina, and a pawn carrying half a mountain of junk won't be much help in battle. Trust me, nothing stings like watching a pawn collapse before you turn them into a walking chess. Pawns also come with distinct personalities, and these traits shape how they behave in combat and exploration. A kind-hearted pawn focuses on healing and support, keeping the party alive. A calm pawn is more measured and strategic, maintaining defensive awareness. A simple pawn tends to be curious, gathering the items and prioritizing exploration. A straightforward pawn, on the other hand, dives headfirst into combat, charging enemy lines without hesitation. These personalities combined with vocations can change the chemistry of your entire party. Choosing the right mix isn't just about filling the roles, it's about crafting a playstyle that fits your approach to adventure. Beyond personalities and vocations, skills are another crucial element to consider. Both your arisen and your pawns can equip up to 4 active skills at a time. This limitation forces you to decide carefully which abilities you want available. And while it can feel restrictive, especially for hybrid vocations, it encourages a sense of teamwork and role distribution. Core skills, meanwhile, can be purchased from vocation guilds with discipline points, while augments are unlocked as you progress through each vocation. These augments are permanent passives that can be equipped across any class, opening the door to endless combinations. Understanding these systems allows you to define not only your own strengths, but also the balance of your entire party. Vocations, essentially the class system, define your style and the roles your pawns play. You might prefer a balanced party, or maybe you will lean into extremes, stacking raw strength or heavy magic. The beauty here is flexibility. You can test vocations freely and swap them around until you find what works. Some advanced vocations are locked behind specific quests or characters, so curiosity and exploration pay off in a big way. Combat in Dragon's Dogma 2 feels impactful and dynamic. Every strike carries weight, and larger battles often feel chaotic in the best possible way. Against massive beasts, you can target weak points either from a distance or climbing onto their bodies to land direct blows. You will know you struck true when a sharp metallic impact sound rings out, paired with a burst of explosive air. Exploiting elemental weaknesses is equally important. Some creatures resist or are even immune to physical attacks, forcing you to adapt by using magic or the environment. Explosives scattered throughout the world can turn the tide of a fight when your skills fall short. The unpredictability of each encounter ensures that no two battles feel the same, and survival often comes down to preparation as much as execution. Speaking of quests, Dragon's Dogma 2 doesn't hand them to you neatly wrapped. They emerge naturally as you return to villages or interact with NPCs. Sometimes it's escorting someone across dangerous roads, sometimes it's monster hunting, sometimes it's a task that seems simple until it isn't. I once left a kid stranded in the woods at night completely by accident. He didn't make it, and yes, I felt terrible. This game doesn't babysit you. Some quests are timed, some demand tough choices, and failure is always possible. And when you stumble across your first secret token, please, for your own sanity, write it down, its location. You will thank me later. So who will enjoy this game? Players who love exploration, who don't mind traveling most on foot, and who thrive on the unexpected. The world is filled with treasures, resources, and dangers that reward careful planning. Weapons and armor scale with your progress, but so does the cost. Your gold purse will always be gasping for air. There's also a touch of Monster Hunter here. Materials gathered from creatures can upgrade your gear, so resources management becomes a constant part of the adventure. Travel itself is a big part of the experience. Fairy stones and pork crystals let you teleport, but they're so rare. You will need discipline to use them wisely. Ox carts serve as the world taxi system, but they are limited, forcing you to plan your routes and stock up supplies before setting out. Crafting is essential. Antidotes, potions, even arrows are made from the herbs and materials you collect. To Capcom's credit, my playthrough was surprisingly smooth with a very few bugs, which for a world this complex is no small feat. The passage of time plays a major role in shaping your journey. During the day, travel feels relatively safe. You can see far ahead, spot threats early, and plan accordingly. At night, everything changes. Darkness closes in, even with lanterns lit, and enemies become far more aggressive. Traveling after sunset feels genuinely dangerous. You will face relentless ambushes, reduced visibility, and a constant sense of vulnerability. Yet, night also holds unique rewards. Certain monsters only appear under cover of darkness, offering rare materials for upgrades. Golden grove beetles glowing softly in the wild increase your carrying capacity if you manage to find them. The contrast between day and night doesn't just affect visuals, it transforms how you approach exploration, reinforcing the importance of staying with your party and preparing for the unexpected. But don't expect the map to hold your hand. It doesn't tell you where every item is or provide instant fast travel. If you want to get somewhere, you have to go there by foot or by ox cart or combination of both. And sometimes the world decides to throw chaos at you. A drake landing in vermin to terrorize civilians while you are underleveled? Too bad, it's your problem now. Ignore it and NPCs can die, shutting you out of shop or quests until you revive them with Wakestone. This world is untamed, unpredictable, and unapologetic. Capcom really leans into the idea of realism. Deal with it or be crushed by it. Pawns, meanwhile, can be both brilliant and infuriating. Sometimes they save your life with perfect timing, sometimes they throw themselves off cliffs for no reason. It's messy, it's janky, but it's also part of the charm. Every success feels earned, and every barrier is a lesson. Overall, Dragon's Dogma 2 is a game for the curious and the patience, for players who like to manage resources, adapt to chaos, and immerse themselves in a world that doesn't bend to them but pushes back. You'll enjoy it. If you love wandering through a living, dangerous world full of stories and surprises, you will find something here worth your time. But if you prefer games that are polished, predictable, and convenient, this road might feel like a punishment. That's my review. I try to avoid spoilers while still giving you a clear sense of what kind of experience Dragon's Dogma 2 really is. If you find this helpful, please like and subscribe and let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. But please, no spoilers. Thanks for watching and happy gaming.